Hey! This is Fanfiction, Contempt Theater 9001, hosted by SneakyDevil with Max and Atin here as always.
Let the suffering end, please.
Let the suffering
someone to
begin,
kill
boys!
me.
Get your butts ready because we have bad fic bingo! You're gonna need your sheet. You can always stop by the Discord for it. Because, yeah, we got some bad fics today.
Where did you even find this?
It was linked in another
Where
Discord.
where do people find David Cage bingo cards? They just come into existence for the people that need them.
I think the Super Best just made that themselves.
Anyway.
I mean, they made theirs from a compilation of others.
Anyway, so we're gonna start today with Harry Potter's Madness, which is a Harry Potter story, and it's god awful. So now, as of course, due to Twitch's updated guidelines, I'm heartily encouraged to remind everyone to not contact the authors in any shape or form at no point in time through any means. And as well, to remind everyone that this is parody, entertainment, and education, and at no point in time should it be misconstrued as malicious or targeting behavior.
In fact, in order to prove that we don't target it, we have several times shown our process on stream where we literally hit the last updated button.
Anyway, now that everyone and everything is set, this is Harry's Madness, and look at this summary. Updated, Chapter 39. Harry snaps and becomes darkness that rivals Voldemort himself.
Okay, I mean, depending on how they write it, not entirely unreasonable.
And Arn does claim credit for being the one to find this fic and send it to me. I told him I would host it, and so yeah, let's hear. Here we go.
Oh boy.
And hey everybody, this is my second story on fanfiction.net, so it takes a back burner to my first story, Deeping Dream.
What the hell is that title?
A Darkstalker tale. I got the idea for this little number.
This little number? What the hell is he, a fashion designer?
Y'all, Abraham, I'm not reading that out loud.
What the fuck are they telling you to
do I need to ban someone, Sneaky?
No, Xexes just had a interesting message for his resubscription.
No. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Anyway, I keep thinking to myself, why isn't Harry yelling for the answers? I don't know, maybe because he's not a petulant child who grew up in the fucking 2000s where everything was given to him? Question mark?
I feel so bad for the Darkstalkers section of fanfiction.net. They only have 8 stories.
Oof.
And his is one of them. He makes up 1/8 of the stories.
Personally,
then again, if it's anything like the Gundam Wing Harry Potter crossover section, he may make up a much larger percentage than that.
Personally, I wouldn't take all the crap old Harry did. I would throttle people until they told me everything. I'm sure you would.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Darkstalkers has an anime section as well.
Reminder to everyone, this was written in 2003, so that was what, the 3rd book? Okay. Still doesn't excuse the writing of itself.
Wait, is it still going?
No, it's dead.
Oh, thank God.
It's long dead.
Like, I was gonna be like, look, if it's still going now, like, whatever we have to say about the quality of the writing, I'll give him props for dedication.
No, author has not submitted anything since 08, by the way.
Yeah, no. Basically, we're not going to be really paying attention to any form of canon here, because this is an old story, so they're obviously going to get the majority of the canon wrong.
Not through their own fault, but because they wrote it in 2003.
Yeah. Anyway, what I did want to cover this story for was specifically thoughts are indicated in parentheses because apparently this author has never read a book before. Apparently this author has only seen the movies. Were the movies even out in 2003?
I think the first one might have been.
The Harry Potter film series was first released in 2001. Okay, yeah. 2001 and 2002 were the first two movies.
Okay, so I wasn't crazy. There were 2 movies out.
Okay, so it's feasible that the author has never read a book before in their entire lives and therefore doesn't know how to write. Which I then repudiate with, well, then they've clearly never fucking read anything before, because if they've read a single thing in existence that has words on it, they would know not to write like this. I sometimes really do wish I had a camera on me because I am over-exaggeratedly gesturing and
I mean,
no one can see me.
you do possess a camera.
I realize this.
Now, I'm
wish I
not
had a
saying
camera.
anyone wants to see your god ugly mug. I
Yeah.
certainly don't.
In all my years of reading, I don't think I've ever seen this. Oh, come on, even I know how to write thoughts. Also, I don't know how FFN formatting worked at the time, so italics might have been impossible. Don't quote me on that. No, italics are always possible, bolding was always possible.
I was just saying, given that those are simple things that literally any word processor has, I'm willing to bet it was possible.
Being that, Fanfiction.net originally started accepting doc format, they were able to use italics and bold. But anyway, yeah. I was like 3 years old then, how the fuck would I know? I don't know. Anyway, Chapter 1. Rage! Harry stood, listening to the argument between Weasley
Now, you see, if
and
this was a video game,
Lucius.
I would say that that was some foreshadowing for the people playing the game.
He stood there, wondering a single question. Why me? Like, that's a good question. Why isn't that in parentheses, author? Or first line in and you're already inconsistent. Why, Harry thought, his mind a rain cloud of sorrows? Why? What have I done except the
Beep beep,
best...
unimaginative writing alert. This has been an automated message. Please continue on.
I defeated Voldemort as a child. Harry never thought that. Due to my mother, true, but I still defeated him. I stopped him from getting the Sorcerer's Stone, fair enough. I defeated the memory of Tom Riddle left in the diary and his pet basilisk. True, if Fawkes hadn't shown up, I would be dead. That's a really disjointed... Okay, I mean, I guess maybe that was on purpose, but... I would be dead, but that diminishes the feat in no way.
No, like, listen, just because you clear a map without anyone dying in Fire Emblem doesn't mean shit if you use Jagan to do it.
I don't give a fuck about this fanfic dude. Blah 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 blah. Self-aggrandizement, self-aggrandizement, self-aggrandizement. Whiny bitch, self-aggrandizement, blah blah blah. I'm gonna make them all pay! Blah blah blah, activating the edgy banner.
Yay.
And
Really,
blah
after
blah
what they
blah.
said about Chapter 39, I'm surprised the banner wasn't already.
I will strike them down one by one. They will all learn to fear me.
Oh, God. Can we put on a Super Edge banner?
As he thought this, they stepped into the, quote, elevator, quote. Why?
Sticky, we need a new banner. Shadow the Edgehog.
Shadow the Edge.
When
No,
this isn't enough.
I think that might be copyright infringement.
No, I'm willing to bet Shadow the Edgehog is not copyrighted.
That led upwards through the Ministry of Magic. You mean down?
Yeah.
Anyway, as they stepped out, heading back, he looked back at the fountain. The wizard, who looked so handsome from afar, looked like a fool up close. The woman had a blank, vapid smile that often appears on the faces of women who have realized that their bodies are more valuable than their minds.
What the fuck?
Easy, Jesus Christ! You want to tone down that edge.
Maybe put some brakes on the sexism train?
Harry stopped for a second, considering throwing a coin into the fountain, then decided not to. After all, he would need the money. Crawling
Where are you going?
in
The
my
25 cents is
crawl.
gonna make the difference, Harry. Because I know it's not actually 25 cents, it's a gold coin. But given the obscene amount of gold coins you possess, Harry,
Fuck,
it
there's
might as
my
well
one.
be a quarter to you.
So I might have just decided. So somewhere in my brain was like, "Hey, is that cup full of water?" And I'm like, "I don't know, brain. I haven't checked in a while." And the brain's like, "Well, tip it sideways. If water comes out, there's water inside it." I'm just like, "Fucking Jesus Christ, brain."
Your brain needs some help.
When was the last time you slept?
I woke up at 12
12 what?
a.m.
When?
today.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't yesterday? Because you've done that.
Yes, I am positive.
I think
What's
you
the
need to
date?
you need to put the potato juice away.
The potato juice is all that's saving me.
You realize today is Wednesday, right?
I am aware today is Thursday.
Excellent. You don't actually think it's Thursday, do you?
No, of course not. It's Sunday.
Fuck's sake, I have to check with you, man.
Death would be a blessing. Maybe. Maybe.
We're gonna need a whole new edgelord banner though after this story.
If any artists feel so inclined. After returning to the Order of Phoenix's headquarters and being greeted by everyone, including a very shaken Hermione, he announced that he was drained and wanted to go sleep for a while. He was allowed to go, and he heard Mr. Weasley speaking to Sirius as he left. "Settle down! Listen, Sirius, Lucius was at the ministry." Harry heard Sirius interrupting, "What?" before closing the door to the bedroom he shared with Ron. Ron magic. Sitting on one of the beds, he began thinking. He had known now if he had it in him, if he had the will to strike down his foes. He thought of them all, each time asking himself, "Can I kill them?" I don't know, but author, I think you're gonna succeed in that study of yours to see if you can kill someone with the sheer level of inappropriate punctuation you have included in this story. Asks for art for the channel. Tell him I can provide. Now I want my channel to look shitty. Hey, fuck you. I have never said that. I just said I didn't want fancy things. And you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll totally make a banner for you." And then you never did it. Because you're a liar.
You okay there, Sneaky? You sound a little betrayed.
What do I make? I don't know! You've never shown us anything that you made before, besides that one comic panel. You friggin' wannabe Marvel?
Ooh!
Whoa! Whoa, okay. Hang on now.
That is the taste of a liar. It tastes like spicy curry.
Uh,
And deep fried chicken.
I want some chicken, you cunt.
I'm so glad 15 people showed up for this stream.
Did you finish reading everything there?
No.
Because I feel like you missed a part of the narration. On the stream, at least. Looks like you scrolled down too far.
Harry looked at his hands. They'd be the hands of the killer. Yeah, he'd be smiling at that. Blah, blah, blah. They're cleaning out the house. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm totally gonna kill Draco. Blah, 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 blah. Pointless stuff that's not really important because this story is probably not going to focus on it at all unless they're all being added to his harem. Neville got a cactus. No detentions, blah blah blah. He's hunting Draco, and then Draco is dead.
I mean, I would say I'm sorry, but I don't care.
And he learned how to use the Force, and he used telekinesis to kill Draco. Okay, and okay, yep.
What the fuck is this?
And yep, so he's going through the plan, and he's waiting for Draco, and blah blah, glimpsing demons, and blah blah blah, bad jokes. People laughed at the jokes. Ha ha ha, Malfoy, enjoy your last joke. And pleasant look of Draco's face, who looked perplexed as he saw that his body was falling over the banister. He was already past it when Crabbe and Goyle caught on. Goyle tried to grab him, but his hairy arm came far too short to grab Draco, and Draco's head imploded on the stones below.
Really? Imploded, you
Yes,
say?
it imploded.
What the hell are those? What the hell is that floor made of?
Black holium.
It is indeed made of black holium.
What's that do? Does that just make whatever it touches into a black hole?
Indeed, momentarily, causing it to implode.
Ah, yes, of course. Silly me.
Covered fix.
The
Okay.
darkness closed.
So this one's about as bad. This is a worm story.
Oh.
So, normally I ignore worm stories, and normally I especially ignore worm choose your own adventure stories, because the choose your own adventure stories are always inevitably hot garbage. But we shall persist. Absolute power.
Yeah.
I'm keeping
Salute.
I'm keeping this banner up. Thanks, Sneaky, for not actually reading the whole chapter either. Yep, you're welcome. Come with strings!
We do care about you.
Lots of metaphorical strings that are waiting to screw you over. Choose your own adventure, self-insert Endbringer. So! Exclamation point! This shall be the rewrite of basically everything. Every stories I make, I will remake them. They are too bad, I say. After I reread them, I almost jumped into a pit and killed myself. Space! Exclamation mark.
Shame your grandma couldn't follow it.
So this will be replacement to Angels in World of Heroes. That is a mess I don't want to touch. Well, I do, but it was horrible. The way I was going with it is horrible. Anyway, let us get to the story, okay? Space, question mark? BT dubs. This will still be following the CYOA 1, so the Endbringer is still OP. But this time it's an OP beyond the concept of OP. Spook intro.
Oh, that hurts!
I feel like Sneaky should read this like Emperor Palpatine. I can't do Emperor Palpatine. Hello, Birdie. Welcome. Welcome to Pain and Suffering. You're just in time. Do it.
Run while you can, Birdie.
I'm afraid you'll find the Death Star fully operational.
Jesus Christ, you sound like
That
what's
was
the,
bad.
what's the Jewish guy from Family Guy. You sound like Mort when he played Emperor Palpatine.
Thank you. Now, I will say, my Latin teacher did an excellent Emperor Palpatine. He also looked like Bob Ross.
Well, that must have made for some
That
interesting impression
would be
times.
hilarious.
Just to see if we were paying attention some days, in the middle of Latin lessons, he would just switch to that accent.
Sounds like a kick-ass Latin teacher.
And now I have Emperor Palpatine telling me to serve Rome.
And you can paint happy trees with absolute power.
Sometimes, after a long day of destroying planets, I find I need to paint a happy tree.
With lightning! Oi, fuckhead, tell me what you want for your banner. I have a free day tomorrow, so I'll get it done. I don't know.
Just draw us idiots doing something idiotic, probably trying to kill ourselves from reading more of this terrible fanfiction.
Whatever you think is funny, I guess.
Oh, good. Now there's a date.
I don't even know how you look.
Wait to
I
see
have
how this
sent
goes.
you pictures, sir. You have my body pillow.
And there's something Sneaky's yelled on stream, which should never be unsaid. If y'all have clipped that, I'm disappointed.
That was such a clean cut, too.
It was really, it's like you were baiting them.
Oh.
That's definitely not what I was doing. And a pic of you with your bandana on. Well, yeah. And there's another one on the compiled blackmail from Sneaky Devil folder. I mean, good luck blackmailing me.
He has nothing to take, believe me, I've tried.
It's getting quite full. Well, I mean, the other part is I have no shame, so...
That is also a factual statement. You should have seen what he did in a truck stop bathroom. Terrible.
I took a shit in it. It was awful.
Yeah, really, I don't know how you did it.
You know that moment when you thought you managed to found something pretty cool? Space question mark? That it seemed like it was the best thing that could ever happen to you? Space question mark? Well, I guess I could call my current situation that. It was not what one would expect. It's more of getting a cake that is really delicious shoved down your throat, but you aren't sure if it's poisoned or not.
What?
What?
None of what you've just said makes a lick of damn sense, Arthur.
Usually, when you sleep, you either don't dream, or dream and either control them or not control them.
Alright, we've covered 3 states now.
We've covered every single state of you sleeping. Usually when you sleep, you are either dreaming or not dreaming, and if you are dreaming, you are in control of the dream or you're not in control of the dream. Congratulations, author. You have covered everything. My liver is just fine, thank you very much.
And if by fine, you mean on the verge of failure, yes.
Actually, I'm not really sure about the controlling dream part, but now I'm pretty sure it's true. So it began after a successful day on my part. I went to sleep like a baby, peaceful, without worries. It's false. You are a
Clearly,
liar.
they are not a college student.
Well, now one of these is true, while the other
Have I
is
forgotten
not.
to do any of my homework? Probably. But it's midnight. I'll think about that tomorrow.
I shit you not. There has been several instances where I have been at work and I would just sit there and be like, did I close the front door?
That's not a good
Okay,
thing.
but here's the thing. You have nothing worth taking, so...
And there has been several times where the answer to that question when I got home was, no, I did not close the front
God.
door.
Oh my god. You are definitive proof that Darwin was full of shit.
You are definitive proof that there is a caring God.
No, I'm just a definitive proof of endurance in the human spirit. Where do I live again?
I mean, if your existence will help bring about spiral power, I'm okay with that.
Dude, I will totally bring about spiral power. Praise be Helix. He's proof that God's a parent who's left us in a hot car. So we're actually doing this? I asked what appears to be a white ghost-like figure in my dream. Space question mark. Pretty sure this is my dream. I've almost mistaken him for the light! When he first appeared, had I not noticed the creepy black eyes all over his body. He appeared in my dream when I've fallen asleep, obviously. Oh yes, obviously. Although, this is looking like your average everyday isekai anime. You get thrown into a new world with epic powers and hot girls. Getting girls is easy. Accomplishing great feats, also easy. And the only downside is your old world. You were a complete weeb or a basement dweller and probably had no life. You also usually get sent to the new world by truck sama. Oh, by being hit by a truck, I get it.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I got that right away, and I've only seen like 3 isekai.
Oh, and you also have to have black hair.
I've read more isekai, and the truck thing's not that common.
Ah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just...
no, Isley, this is a self-insert original character who turns into an Endbringer.
If we confer, well, like, how does that work? I'm actually confused, because, like, I would assume that the moment you become an Endbringer, you lose all free will.
Well, I mean, the Smurg clearly had enough free will to turn on, Zion.
You mean idol?
No, he means Scion.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right,
but
right.
the issue, though, is that, like, for all we know, that could have been part of Scion's plan anyways. For all we know, he could have just gotten tired of living and was like, we'll throw them a bone, maybe they can kill me.
I mean...
like, there's really no way to know.
No,
That Wildbow just
no,
straight
there
up
really isn't.
telling us.
I mean, Wildbow did say some stuff like they consciously held back, and that if they stopped sandbagging, they would destroy the solar system easily.
Ah, good for them.
Which is why I always find it hilarious that almost every Taylor Gets X Power fic always ends with her killing one of the Endbringers, or the story ends before she can do that, because the author realizes, oh, I can't actually do that.
Yeah, no. The problem with dealing with the Endbringers is, hey, fuck you, we work on quantum physics, not normal physics.
You know what else works on quantum physics? Plants. Plants work on quantum physics.
So what you're saying is all they needed was shit tons of weed killer.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying. Let's keep going. Although, blah, 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 I fit
Sneaky
only in
basement
2 of those.
I win.
Huh?
Sneaky basement dweller self-insert win. Yeah, Kel wants to
Technically
know.
speaking, that was my original Left 4 Dead story.
Oh yeah, it was.
Technically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot you just admitting to me it was self-insert.
Yep. Because I lived...
God.
Look, I lived in the area you guys were writing for. TLDR to everyone unaware, Max Source here wrote a story called Life as a Survivor.
Life with the infected.
Life with the Infected, in which a kid is with a bunch of sentient infected, and they were writing their story taking place in the Pine Barrens, which is where I lived, also where the other co-author of his lived, Apocalypse.
Yeah, no, like, our problem was I was working off of Left 4 Dead 2, so it was actually supposed to be Georgia. But then it moved up north because I never got a chance to introduce the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors. And God, that was a mistake.
I know you guys write fanfic, but have you ever considered writing an original story? Actually, yes. Atin and I had sat down and planned an original story of it. And
Yeah,
then,
they did. I've got like 4 stories I like to do, but the problem is 3 of them are completely different mediums from just a book. Yeah. Got a game
this
and
still the
2
intro?
shows.
Yes, we're still in the intro. We aren't even at the stage where he becomes the unstoppable god monster.
Can we just like delay that stage?
Blah 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 blah. Japanese, blah
assume no.
blah 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 blah. Absolute power, totally. Blah 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 blah. Eldritch abominations, elder gods, outer gods, question mark, I don't know. What this dude thing just given me wasn't power. It's weird. He asked me to become a kaleidoscope, really. I'm not sure what he means by that. I mean, kaleidoscope from Zelrich from Fate, who is capable of moving between universes. I have a feeling that would be too simple. Ah, yes, this creature, who is clearly an outer god, is asking me to become a multiversal entity. That's clearly too simple.
Personally, I'd probably take them up on that. It's pretty cool. Just talk with yourself in other universes and timelines to see what all's fucked up and what's not.
Well, to be fair, I'd probably try and kill myself. Literally, as in, would it be murder if I stabbed an alternate version of myself?
Yes, it would be murder. That version is not you. That is a different version of you.
Very well. I would probably murder myself.
Cool.
Blah blah
sharing,
blah. I'm a main character in the isekai. Blah blah blah. Ominous powers. Blah blah blah. White flames. Blah blah blah. So what are we gonna do now? Blah blah blah. Mind control. Blah blah blah. Touch me, I will do the rest. Blah blah blah. He mind controlled me into touching him. Blah 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 blah. Abominations. Blah blah blah. Infinite power comes with 0 responsibilities and depression. Blah blah blah. Because I became a slave due to this and attacked dog when I shook his hand. Oh, I'm not the only one who shook his hand either. I don't think knowing the source material would help me at all. Not Not really, Birdie. I hate to break it to you. I still recommend you read Worm because Worm is an amazing piece of fiction. But no. Oh, there was a story. Yes, it can be easily misconstrued for a lack of story. But do not underestimate this author. There was in fact a story buried in this nonsense. And I believe the story is, hey guys, I'm an Endbringer in Worm, watch me power wank.
That sounds about right.
Blah blah blah, there's no way we could have expected that. After the appearance of Hypnos, we should have expected another one of them, whatever they are. Oh boy, so we're going with the fan and Taylor is an Endbringer Hypnos. Okay. We tried to deny the fact that something that powerful and human could have more than one. So when the truth, oh boy, the entity that granted them the power was Full Metal Alchemist's truth. This is just cringe. Blah 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 blah. With Providence, however, it was a slaughter. No, a slaughter suggests the victims can struggle. An execution was more like it. It carried out a sentence of death on a condemned person. Said condemned had two options, or of getting out before it come, or accept the truth that he or she will die. What?
Oh, okay. I have no idea. You're the one reading.
I no longer know what a story is after these two fanfics. Meanwhile, Birdie, I've got 4 squares. I'm almost at bingo.
Glad someone's enjoying themselves.
If Hypnos was a gentle lullaby, then Providence was a raging volcano that destroyed everything. When Providence kills, we feel for humanity. Oh boy, we're entering a timeline, a different timeline, a timeline in which Taylor and the self-insert OC were the two Endbringers. And blah blah blah, it's a timeline, bad things happen, shitloads of people die, the Endbringers, the Endbringers, the Endbringers, the Endbringers, the Endbringers, blah blah blah, lots of people die, siblings of the Endbringers, blah blah blah. And that concludes the first and new and remastered Worm fanfic. It was so satisfying to write this chapter, mates. It was goddamn amazing. Boy, I wish your enthusiasm matched your actual capabilities of writing the English language. Because then you would at least be semi-coherent.
Everybody dead?
Yes, everyone is killed. I have killed our audience. I have killed the people that are here with me now on this day. There's Worm fanfiction. Hello, yes, hi Calvin. There's suffering. There is only suffering to be found here. Now, I will turn to some more enjoyable topics now that we have covered this absolute garbage. And more enjoyable topics, I actually mean,
You mean you're lying to us.
This story.
Oh boy.
Ruby.
I hate it when he does that, because it means something bad's gonna happen.
John Ryu Long, the Dragon Contractor.
Get it? Because Ryu means dragon.
So when can I die? That's the question.
Fucking Pajit trying to shove off the writing onto me.
What?
Pajit's like, I just realized I haven't updated my things in a while. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're too busy playing Asian Final Fantasy.
Asian Final Fantasy? There's not any other kind of Final Fantasy, you moron.
Fuck you. Anyway, John, formerly known as Ark, is banished from the family.
John, formerly known as Ark, what the hell? Is he like Prince now?
Humans were a mistake.
Yes.
Is banished from the family. However, in his blood legacy is something powerful. The power to form a contract with the most powerful of remnant dragons. Watch as Jean Ryu Long rises from banishment and show the world his power and legacy. John times Harem, John times Pyrrha, times Team Ruby, times Do G. Who the fuck is Do G?
I would love to know.
Of Team Indigo. Who?
Oh, they were a guest team for the Vital Tournament?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who they oh, they fought Team Sun. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That was the fight where we learned that Neptune is apparently hydrophobic.
Oh boy, look at these walls of text.
Ah! Well, let's see, that's a blah 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 blah.
Oh, the wall of text disappear after the italicization there.
Yeah,
So
That does not change how offensive this wall of text is.
Blah blah blah
I mean,
blah. Humans.
I think I've literally written worse.
Yeah, ancient history. Blah blah blah. Humans and Grimm didn't exist. There was many species. Blah blah blah. Dragons race existed. Blah blah blah. The gods rose up. Blah blah blah. Lots of genocide occurred. Blah 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 blah. The brothers tricked the dragons into becoming Grimm. Blah blah
What?
blah 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 blah. Dragons had the power to banish the god of darkness. Blah blah blah. Unwilling to kill his brother.
This is a lot of very important information.
Blah blah blah. Unwilling to kill his brother, the god of light forced his younger brother to apologize to the dragons. And so together they created humanity. Blah blah blah, and they left Remnant. Blah blah blah. Dragons watched humanity grow. Soon, Faunus came forth due to another god creating them. Blah 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 blah. Dragons were content in looking at them. Blah blah blah. Age of Humans. Blah blah blah. Dragon Kings. Blah blah blah. Dragon Clan. Blah blah blah. Humans worshipped them and they contracted their souls due to elemental powers. Blah blah blah. The dragons left Remnant. Blah blah blah. I guess they went to space or something.
I would just say, apparently these dragons are just the Hylian goddesses.
Blah 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 blah. The dragon clan was killed off because everyone feared their power to summon dragons. Blah
Why?
blah blah.
The dragons left.
Blah blah. Only the silver-eyed warriors were descendant of the light dragons. Blah blah blah. The legend says the wizard gave 4 maidens the power of dragons in disguise. Blah 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 blah. The black dragon can be summoned by a young boy of the dragon clan. Blacklist slash Harry Potter? No, this is Ruby. A young boy. This is just more walls of text. You said the walls of text stopped. You
Max,
lied.
Not me. Not me. I did not lie to you. Max lied.
Oh my God, Birdie.
What? Oh God.
What the fuck did chat say now?
Oh, Birdie posted their whiteboard. Oh, I just found a Blacklist Harry Potter story. Okay. I have no idea what Blacklist is, so I'll just keep moving here. Blah blah blah, it's John. Blah blah blah, son of Vlad the Impaler Ark. Blah blah blah, buff man. Blah blah
Hold on
blah.
a minute. Hold on a minute. You don't just go dropping Vlad the Impaler.
Blah blah
Apparently you
blah
do.
blah blah. Vlad was all muscle and all power. John couldn't keep up because he wasn't muscle and power. Blah blah blah. He was weaker than all of his 7 sisters, who were all huntresses who could also use Vlad the Impaler's fighting style. Blah blah blah. Vlad didn't.
All I can think of right now is Vlad the Impaler from Fate Apocrypha, which was a really cool version of him.
Vlad. Wait. Fate Apocrypha. Was that the one where he turns into a giant mammoth man, or is that the one where he turns into a little girl?
Neither.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah, I know. Vlad the Impaler is a little bit on like the lanky side, but what the fuck are you thinking about?
Yeah.
Look, wait.
Are you thinking about like Jack the Ripper?
No.
'Cause Jack the Ripper gets turned into a little girl.
No. It's Rasputin.
I don't know about
My Google history is gonna fucking suffer from this.
Rasputin gets turned into Kire. I don't think Rasputin has multiple like forms. I think he just turns into Kire as a pseudo servant. It'd be in Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, it was Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he just gets turned into Kire.
what, Kotamine?
Yeah, he takes over Kire Kotamine as a pseudo servant.
Ivan, that's what it was. Ivan, thank you for that save.
What did they do to Ivan?
What the fuck did they do to Ivan? Jesus Christ, he looks like the fucking black sheep of Nightmare's family from Soul Calibur. Actually, that might be his uncle.
So yeah, he fuses with a giant mammoth. However, and that's Fate Grand Order. However, there's also a lolly version of Ivan.
I think you might be thinking of the Dictator art book.
No, someone linked me a picture of it, and now I can't find it. And I'm not going to Google because I don't want my Google searches tainted by female Ivan.
Oh, go ahead. Your search history is already doomed.
You should start watching Blacklist. It's an awesome show. I mean, maybe I will.
It's okay.
I'm
pretty sure that there's only one version of Ivan.
No, let's burn notice. Anyway.
So whoever sent you that is probably full of shit. Like the person who told you.
Incognito mode that. Yeah, probably.
Whoever told you that Ivan had a lolly form in Fate, probably the same person that told you that Kirito became a girl in Sword Art.
No, those are definitely different people. Vlad never told his son about aura at all because his son couldn't do the basics of the arc style of overwhelming blows, so John clearly wasn't worthy of using
Okay,
aura.
hang on. We need to back up a moment
What?
because it mentions even with all the training, John was unable to credit like the rest of his family who were huntresses.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
you're telling me that the people
the
with
thought process
aura
here, yes, the
can
thought
do
process
it.
here is wow, everyone else in the family who has aura can do my super powered strikes, but you can't, you 10-year-old shit stain who doesn't know how to use aura. I'm not going to teach you how to use aura because you're clearly not worth it.
No,
Yes.
he didn't.
But Dad,
Yeah.
Dad, you gave everyone else the super drugs. Why can't I have the super drugs? Because you can't learn my fighting style. You are worth you and everyone else.
See,
You
Birdie,
are
that's what I thought too. See, Birdie agreed. Birdie thought the same.
I don't know how many times I have to explain this because it's also explained in the show, however poorly. It's an extremely rare male model.
Yes, that was the anime. I'm talking about the light novels.
Yeah, I have the light novel. It's an extremely rare male model because there are laws in place that prevent you from going as a different gender because of the body dysmorphia that would result from it. Oh my god, I hate all of you.
What? I'm just sitting here quietly. Fuck.
No, not you. I'm looking at the wiki page he has open. Asu Sean, I don't know who the fuck you are. Go fuck yourself.
Blah blah blah. Anyway, Kirito received with version 1. Okay, there is 2 versions given in the novel. Picks avatar based on brainwaves. Kirito speculates he was given an avatar with a female appearance because the system encountered an odd brainwave. It ends up giving a player of the avatar of the opposite sex versus the amount of time played as a character increases the chance of getting a rare avatar. This speculation is based off of the fact that after some guy who wanted to buy Kirito's avatar found out that Kirito had a rare avatar, he asked Kirito how long he had been using it. Okay.
Oh, they're just straight up referring to the reasons given as to why he got this rare avatar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like again, it was an extremely rare avatar that was one of those like 0.3% chances of rolling for. I'm willing to bet what it was fan translators of the light novels before they were officially licensed fucked it up.
Ah, yes. That was probably it. I can 100% believe fan translations to be the source of all evil.
Except when they fuck up and don't properly translate the snow fields properly.
Snow. So you mean Sneezy?
God damn it, Max.
Stab
Nope,
you with
no
a
regret.
Sneedagger? Any words on the topic of Total War Kurunai crossover?
What?
No,
I don't
I should
even know
know
why
what.
you're asking me that.
I should know what Kuro Inu is. Why should I know what that is? That was
Anyway,
recommended.
blah blah blah. You're
No,
useless.
no, we're not touching that.
Can you send me a link to it?
And you don't want a link. The first return is Kuro Inu Hentai at hanime.tv. I don't think you want that link.
Hold on a minute. Why? What are you doing to my Total War series?
Yes,
I feel like someone
I do request an explanation as to A, why you're looking for Hentai Total War, and B, why you have found Hentai Total War.
And C,
Why are you
the hell
suggesting
did
it?
they authorize it? If they did.
Wait, hang on a second. Please tell me that this series doesn't have a page on fanfiction.net. Doesn't look. Why does this have a page? Why are there 44 stories on fanfiction.net for this?
My soul withers every day.
This is actually not allowed on the site. How do you make these rated teen?
Apparently it's porn with plot.
I don't care. It's still porn.
Anyway,
I don't care if
keep
you
moving.
enjoy it. It shouldn't be on the site.
Blah 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 blah. You're useless, son. Blah 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 blah. You're useless. You're useless. You can't even bond with weapons. How useless of a son are you? You can't even make weapons. You useless son. Blah 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 blah. John would never get the privilege of having a weapon because he was unworthy. Blah 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 blah. He would never allow the boy to have his own weapon. Blah 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 blah. Seven Sisters begged the father to unlock his aura so he could prove himself, but the father refused. John Ark was a useless son.
Okay, look, dude, it takes you like 5 minutes to unlock his aura. And maybe it puts you down for 24 hours at the absolute worst. Maybe before giving up on your son, you should put yourself on a 24-hour nap. Like, is that really too big of an ask?
Yes, apparently. John Ark, there has never been a person in existence in this family that ever did not master the Ark style. I therefore banish you from this family. You are no longer Ark. You are now John.
Here's a thought. Here's just a thought. Maybe unlock his aura, you shitlord.
See, about this, there has to be a reason why John doesn't have his aura unlocked. Because
that's something that we're waiting for, because so far the only reason is we needed to explain what aura is.
And here's the thing. Even if there's a reason for it right now that the author already knows about, we don't know about it. Right now, the only thing we know is that his dad is a shitty dad, and this is a dumb story that none of us want to read. And that if we were reading this on our own time, we'd have stopped by now because we'd say, well, this is fucking dumb.
He threw the ancient heirlooms of the Ark family at John, painted over the shield so the Ark symbol was vanished, blah blah blah, you are hereby banished, now leave, blah blah blah, he's crying, blah blah blah, I will unlock your aura for you. Yep. Have a scroll tablet with a solar charger. This will tell you everything you ever need to know about aura and being a huntsman. I believe in you. Now let me unlock your aura. You are only allowed to give him one blessing, said the dad, and that was the sword and shield. But wasn't that your blessing? Ha! He grinned creepily. I gave him the right to live. That should be enough of a blessing.
Okay. He still has all his sisters.
Blah blah blah. They unlocks his aura by saying the following lines. For his passing, you understand your failures. Through this, you are a paragon of dishonor and condemnation. Finite and bound to death, I bind your soul under my foot. Forsake thee. Sean screamed as his life force slipped away. It became harder and harder to breathe. You're killing him! Vlad stabbed the sword at the ground. I'm binding his soul. He is a disgrace to the Arks, so I'm ensuring no one can release his aura except me. If he dies, it's his fault. Fucking what kind of logic is this?
Boy, oh boy, Max. It's definitely time to bust out one from the David Cage card, which is people don't do that.
Oh no, I know what this story is. There is no salvaging.
Oh no. I don't want to hear that because, like, I could see a way to salvage this, but if it just gets worse, oh god.
Okay, look,
I
It
wish
only
Daddy
goes
was
down
with
from here.
Max, just because Booster Tarek saw a way to salvage a half-destroyed Star Destroyer doesn't mean it's a good idea. It just means that it's salvageable. Sometimes you should just let it die.
Or
That would be
alternatively,
that would be admitting defeat.
let it
Come
go.
on.
Let it go.
I'm gonna let you go into the afterlife if you keep singing. We have talked about this. You and I are not allowed to sing.
Max, you must sing the Schnee song.
Fuck you.
I can
I
always count
mean,
on Max's consent.
that is one verse of the Schnee song.
What
Schnee
version
song.
of the song did you listen to?
The one where Weiss was singing it?
I thought you were gonna talk about the college finals parody that someone made of Fuck It All to the tune of Let It Go.
Okay,
Oh.
now I have to actually listen to that.
I
it's
have
fantastic.
several questions.
Oh good, Sneaky's looking for it now. Would that be considered songfic? Maybe?
Is this it?
Is what it
I assume he has it pulled up on stream.
Oh
No,
god,
it's
it's worse. Okay, well, you're gonna have to find it for me because apparently 10,000,001 people decided to repost it. Sing for us. No, I'm a couple
Alright.
shots in. I can't.
Sneaky, have you got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to spare? Because I
Sure.
just immediately found it.
Alright, send it over.
Yeah, it's in memes and shitposts over in our personal Discord.
That's right, people. We have a personal Discord that isn't for plebs like you. However, for the low, low price of $4.99.99, you could become one of us.
Right, where'd you put it?
I told you, memes and shitposts in the personal.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm so used to looking at Tweet in Suthner, I forget that we don't have a memes and shitpost channel, we just have a shitpost channel. I think that's a problem.
I like the fact that neither of you objected to me selling out our personal Discord for exorbitant sums of money.
I'm just surprised you lowballed it like that.
I don't think $5,000 a pop is lowballing it.
Yeah, you did 500, not 5,000.
Shit, I love the $5. I mean, still, even $500 a pop isn't bad.
No fun today, no fun at all. No more talking on the telephone. Read this, write that, and learn it all. Can learn it all.
Sneaky's still listening to the song.
Yeah, he's still listening to it. The problem is he's
Oh,
gone
it's
all
on
silent.
its own stream.
Okay.
Yeah, college finals, the musical.
Indeed. I will. There is another one I'll send after the stream's over because it's not related to this.
There goes Calvin.
Yeah.
Bye, Calvin.
Bye, Calvin.
It's an engineering one. I'll see. I'll have to see if I can still find it. But
Oh, I need to see that one then.
yeah.
As a former engineer student, I need to see that.
Yeah. No.
boy.
Yeah. Anyway,
The
blah
stupid
blah
shit we
blah,
find.
edgy, blah 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 blah, aura, blah blah blah. Vlad bound the aura inside his body. He would now be the weakest human ever. A baby could beat him up. blah blah. It was as if something ancient was staring at Vlad in disgust. Blah blah blah. Aura is now flowing out of John's body like a flood, and it formed a dragon head above him. Impossible. He shouldn't have aura. I bound it. Did you do something to him when I forbade it? What creature is this? Foolish human, it said, with 7 voices talking at once, at the same time. This is something that was in the boy long ago, something ancient and rare. Since you have shown clear distaste for your son, we will take him to raise him as our own. Do not attempt to find him. You have already broken a cardinal rule. Never awaken a sleeping dragon. However, we will be merciful this time, as it has allowed us to reach one of our people. The next time will not be so. Jesus Christ. A bright flash blinded them all, and as they readjusted their eyes, John was gone, along with his stuff. Lowly creature, warning me. I need not worry.
I
think we've lost him, folk.
He's gone.
I want to see the kind of mental process the author was having writing this, like, the father has to be a brain-dead moron. Alright, so first we're going to invent aura sealing. And then I'm going to have the father seal his aura. And then because the aura is sealed, the dragon genes inside John will awaken and teleport him to the Dragonlands so he may learn how to dragon properly.
What I'm hearing is we've discovered the plot of the next Fire Emblem game.
No, that plot was already done.
The Dragon of Exposition. What's your element?
That's
Fire, ice,
story.
water? No, my element is exposition. That's not an element. Oh, well, you see, it all started in 1972 when...
Okay.
He just
All right.
turns into, what was it, Excalibur? You fool!
Okay. Listen, hear me out. Shit post Ruby. John gets semblance early. It's the last dragon with Sean Connery's voice, but now it just sits on his shoulder and exposits to him.
Dude, that'd be the best thing ever!
And everyone's just really confused because it's like, why does he keep glaring at the transfer student like that? I don't know. Keep calling her a terrorist. I don't know why.
For the record, the transfer student will just be Sean Connery.
No, I mean like Cinder and what,
Oh,
like
Cinder,
Cinder and her team get
okay.
there.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
why
yeah,
does,
yeah,
why
yeah.
does he keep staring at them like I don't know? He keeps saying something about terrorists. I don't know.
Voice. Use a thesaurus. John had no idea where he was. All he knew was that he had been at home in pain. That suddenly broke through. What? Then suddenly broke through the barrier by pure force with the emotion of anger at the forefront. The power cuddled around as if protecting him from evil. You know, I self-depreciate fairly often, and I say my story is shit fairly often, and it is. But it's like...
Mine and Max's story is even worse, but it is better than this. That's the bar I'm gonna set for our story, Max.
You know, like, I sit here, and I go, what the friggity flap? was the author thinking when they wrote this? Like, oh yes, okay. And the power cuddled him. I like that. Yeah, excellent. That was, nailed it. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, the power's been sealed for like 10,000 years. Maybe it just needs a hug, you asshole.
All right, John, show us on the doll where the power touched you.
Everywhere.
I see. Dragons. Are they in this room right now? I'm impressed with myself after this. I've somehow managed to do better than this in my own little protracted fuck up of the story. Yeah. Is that what we should market this podcast as? Hey, writers, come here and feel better about your own writing, because at least
you can't
aren't
be as
this.
bad as these guys, and if you are, well, God, I feel sorry. But mostly I feel sorry for your parents having created such a waste of genes.
Where am I? Am I dead? John asked himself out loud. No, but you were about to. Oh yes, I forgot about all those times I was about to dead.
But, Sneaky, don't you know people die when they're killed?
And you might still be once we're done with you. You might still be dead once we're done with you? What?
What the fuck's even going on?
What is this dialogue?
I don't know.
Look, who cares? The dragons have magic teleport powers. This is clearly 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Let's just move on.
The dragon of foreshadowing. No, they are the dragons of exposition that live on Plot Hole Mountain. Duh.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Bake just linked us a picture. Wait, do people seriously not? Did no one actually watch The Last Dragon? Like,
Ron Masatome, attorney at law. Oh.
What?
Oh my.
oh boy.
Oh, I'm not gonna bother reading this. I just want people to look at the stream real quick and suffer. Why is Frieza here?
Wait.
Sailor Moon? What the hell is going on? Blammo!
Is this a multi-cross?
I am
this-
case
this is a
one closed.
I think this is a multi-cross crackfic.
I
hope it's a crackfic.
wait, what? Bake, did you just draw that or make it? I really hope the answer to that is yes. Otherwise, I'm going to be massively disappointed and simultaneously impressed that on the internet, someone else had woken up someday and was like, I wonder what Sean Connery looks like with a dragon for a body.
I have so many questions.
There's always two dragons. The dragon of exposition and the dragon of foreshadowing.
I found it on the internet. Yes,
oh,
that.
thank you,
we
internet.
figured
You truly are the gift that keeps on giving.
I hope to God that was after someone got drunk, watched Last Dragon, and decided that clearly the CG was not good enough. And this was the result. Fucking Christ.
I'm posting that on several of Discords now, just for the sheer what the fuck.
Hey, get back to work.
I know. I'm saving that for later. Alright, who's there? Please don't hurt me. Ha 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 ha. This human is funny. We just saved him and he thinks we're here to hurt him. I mean, I actually do know a fair number of people that would get their jollies off saving someone and being like, lol, no, I just wanted to kill you myself. And then, yeah.
Like a number of fanfiction writers.
Yeah. Don't be so rude. It's understandable he's afraid since he doesn't know who we are. Nor does it help he doesn't see us. So he doesn't see dead
Hey.
pixels?
Sean, you don't have to admit that kind of thing. You really don't. Oh my god, what is wrong with this? Oh.
Our chat. Alright, clearly we need a flashing competition. Isley, Sean, line up.
No! Stop it! Don't you fucking encourage them.
Oh my god.
Birdie, you're welcome to join.
Sneaky, you need to stop. Please. Just, I want you to take that potato juice, take a swig, and pass out, please.
Besides, the sooner you pass out, the sooner Max and I can go watch Gundam.
Oh, Jesus.
Woo! Show yourselves! As you wish
No.
them.
Just once, I want someone to actually just yell that whenever someone's like, show yourselves, like, no. And that's it. End of conversation.
Show yourself!
Alright, Max, we're putting that in the Dark Souls fic then. Show yourselves. Can I not?
Like, oh, that'd be great, Seethe. Just, like, show yourself, like, fuck you. Oh. Well, okay. Sorry. Jeez. Who could we do that with? Like, realistically, who could we do that with?
I mean, it seems like something Valkyrie would get.
No, I mean, who would be demanding our characters to show themselves, and Valkyrie's immediate reaction is, fuck you! Maybe Vamos?
Or
Vamos.
alternatively, the Tomb of the Giants. Valkyrie holds out Fireball. I hear you in the darkness, show yourself! Giant fucking skeleton dog thing. I retract my statement!
No, just giant bone sword smashes into the ground in front of Valkyrie. Nope, nope, nope.
No, I think the dog works better for the joke, because that's a fucking gift, and that was a moment Sneaky and I had.
It's a moment everyone who enters that fucking area has.
It's dark
Oh,
in
I'm-
here.
well,
Wait, I
sorry.
have a torch! Torch! Ah!
Sorry. It's
Or
a
in my
moment.
case, it was the skull lantern.
Oh no. Well, here's the thing. I was actually fine because I played Big Boy Hovel build.
I was not fine.
Sneaky freaked out, and I'm just like, "What's wrong? Hold up shield. Oh, I see your problem. Here, I'll hold it back." Like,
Your boyfriend makes a pretty good shield. Yeah, he does.
No, the best. No, the actual conversation went. Stop hiding behind your boyfriend, but he makes such a good shield. Yeah, you're right, he does.
I can't believe you actually got a reply from them so quickly too. Like, that was the best.
Yet another time, Sneaky's been mistaken for a girl on the internet.
I mean, he was playing a female avatar, so that probably didn't help.
Okay, Max.
That was
Max?
What?
Anyone who's ever played an MMO can tell you that just because an avatar is female does not mean it's a female in real life. In fact, it means it's probably a sweaty, creepy nerd living in his mom's basement with around 15 body pillows.
Oh wait, were you the dickhead that invaded that day then? Because that would explain a lot.
No, it wasn't me who showed up.
Well, you must be. You just said anyone who's played an MMO. Clearly, you know they played an MMO. Therefore, it must be you.
Anyway, going past Max's poor
No.
attempt at doing jokes.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
That's
7
better.
dragons appeared. Blah blah blah. We are the dragons. Blah blah blah. The original kings of Remnant. Blah blah blah. You hold our contract. Blah blah blah. You are the summoner of the Dragon Kings. Great. He's stupid. Now he's only 10. And his father didn't educate him at all. In short, due to your vast aura reserves, which I say are very impressive, along with the blood of the Dragon Clan, which has been diluted quite a bit through time. I mean, it really depends on how you're gonna angle that. Because, like, you're gonna go, oh, it's a magical contract tied to souls. Well, they wouldn't really be diluted then.
I was gonna say, look at Oblivion.
Yeah.
The dragon's soul never got any weaker, right up until it was no longer needed.
Yay.
I'm gonna be honest. My first thought when Martin did that thing, I was like, oh, you motherfucker. I did not just save your ass and drag you like 4 times across this entire fucking empire for you to die on me now. You piece of shit.
I'll admit, I had a similar reaction.
You really need to play this game now.
You really should. First of all, it's got Sir Patrick Stewart in it.
It does.
Even if he's criminally wasted.
He really is.
Like, they learned a little bit with Liam Neeson, but he was still criminally underused.
Anyway. Before we lose more people, let's keep going. Combined with a stroke of luck resulted in being able to form a contract with us as your semblance, as you say. With your power, the Dragon Clan will once more walk on Remnant. John's head was spinning. He still couldn't quite understand everything, but he managed to get the general idea. So something like a miracle happened and now I can make contract with you all, summarized John? He can be taught, laughed the Black Dragon. That's racist.
Yeah, not all black dragons are dicks.
Oblivion is the best Elder Scrolls game. And the white dragon automatically raised his claw and smacked the black one on his head. In short, yes, said the red dragon. We have already seen your memories when we felt our holder. Kinky?
Oh, good. So they already know everything, so we don't have to bother with stupid exposition.
We can see your
Normally,
desire.
I would consider that a lame cop-out, but in this case, I'm grateful.
We can see your desire to become a huntsman. But more importantly, someone who wishes to protect and help those in need. You will need to help. Your will to help has fulfilled one of the conditions to becoming our contract holder. Your father was a fool, murmured the blue dragon. He didn't even attempt to try and correct your style, modify or attempt a different style. Thankfully, your body structure is perfect for the martial arts we have in mind for you. How convenient. Be warned, though, said the yellow dragon upon their step. You still have to train your body, and the training that we will put you through will be considered hellish if you choose to form a contract with all of us, as well as conditions all applying to you.
Okay, so, Sneaky, I'm not crazy. These are just the chromatic dragons, right?
Yes.
Good. So the author's as lazy as I thought they were.
Yeah, so we have blue for water, yellow for lightning.
Oh, no, I even meant personality.
Red for fire. We probably got some brown in there for poo. We got the black dragon of stealing. We got the white dragon. They started a little clan, but we don't talk about them anymore.
And that abrupt silence is the sound of Twitch actively censoring.
Stream offline.
You know what? I think that's my best dead air fill yet.
The yellow dragon was piss.
Don't drink the yellow snow.
Don't drink the yellow dragon.
I mean, I guess you could drink its blood, but that's still a bad idea.
Blah 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 blah. His ex-father would always jump before into fray, for it would always work out. His mother lectured John about the importance of looking before leaping. Deciding his mother was always right, he asked, "Can I hear the conditions?" The green dragon smiled kindly. "Oh, good, the dragon of moss is speaking up." "Humph," huffed the red dragon. "Even you have to start somewhere, I suppose. It's simple. Protect people, safeguard your belongings, don't rape, don't kill unless it's self-defense."
Oh, hey, guys, you can check one off the bingo card.
Can you puff the magic dragon? The brown dragon of tech support? It's okay because it's Kilb saying it.
Glad he made the joke. No one can get mad at us now.
Oh. Okay. Why would the yellow dragon be communism? That doesn't make sense. Oh. Okay. Alright. Anyway, blah blah blah. Don't let anyone trample you. Is that for everyone who contacts the dragons? No, it's only for you. Wait. Are you telling me that part of being a dragon king is the don't rape clause? So there's no don't rape clause in the rest of the dragon contracts, just specifically for the king?
I mean, that would appear to be the case.
The blue dragon of asphyxiation.
It'd be the blue dragon of ending this fucking stream.
Anyway.
Unfortunately, we still have half an hour.
Blah blah blah, there's one more thing. You must find 7 wives for each element.
I was not told this would be a harem story.
I was not told it was going to be a harem story, but I assumed it would be.
Wait,
Actually, why is it?
what are you talking about? It says it right here! It says John times harem, John times Pyrrha times Team Ruby times Do.
Wait, I'm sorry. Pyrrha, Team Ruby, and who?
Do. We've been over this!
Oh, yes. I thought you were saying new, and I was like, why is Blaze Blue involved? Max, we are not incorporating Sword Waifu into our shitpost.
Sword waifu
No,
is second
I
best
just-
waifu?
I just shuddered. Oh, God.
Well, in that case, we're definitely including Sword Waifu into our shitpost.
That's a shame that that's not sword waifu.
I thought new was the Sword Waifu.
No, Nu is the crazy yandere with the swords floating around her, but she's not sword waifu.
I consider summoning swords to float around you to be Sword Waifu. My
Yeah.
apologies.
I'm pretty sure a more advanced version of holy shit, it's Penny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You've never seen Nu before, have you?
No, I've seen New before. It just in my brain has finally clicked where I've seen the whole floating swords thing before with Penny. New.
Yeah, because we've seen it in multiple
It's
animation
been
things.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like, if you deal in any kind of mecha show, you've probably seen it before.
Yeah, but Penny's a mech girl, New's a mech girl.
I guess technically. Yeah.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. I don't want to get married. Wait. The young fool doesn't know how lucky he is. He gets to have a different flavor each day.
Whoever's done that has clearly never seen what happens when a guy dates multiple girls. Because I've met a couple of guys who did that. It did not go the way they thought it would.
He gets to have a different flavor every day. Holy shit.
Listen, author.
Look, I'm not an SJW. In fact, I am fervently against them. But holy shit, man.
Like, let's be clear here. In a relationship, when a guy is dating a girl, the girl is the one who decides when fun things happen. Let's be clear here. That's what consent is. To think that, like, you think you're gonna have more chances with more girls? No, you're gonna have less chances, because when you piss one off, they're all gonna be mad at you. The only time, listen, if you want,
Well, the Yandere won't be mad at you.
You have to go to the level of King Solomon. You have to be like, you know what? 500 wives. They can't all be mad at me.
God damn it, Sean. Just remember, 17 will get you 20. God damn it, Sean.
I'm going to pretend that I don't understand.
I swear, officer, she was 18. Anyway, blah 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 exposition, blah blah blah.
Good Wookiee impression.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why?
Okay, I'm just gonna skip that part because I'm not gonna dignify by reading that out loud. Blah 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 blah
Really?
blah.
I'm sorry. What are we not reading out loud?
No, yeah. Blah blah blah, numbskull, blah 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 blah, Long Wang. He will still accept our powers. Woke up in pain. It's the ancient nesting grounds located on a small island. If there was a map, I would show you. Took out a tablet and opened up a map of Remnant. Wow, humans made devices. This will be educating much easier. Education. Wait, why does he have scroll signal on an unknown island?
Let's be clear. It's not even an unknown island. This is the middle of bumfuck. This is so far removed from the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Like, he is nowhere near a CCT.
Blah blah blah, Remnant's land has changed, blah blah blah, I detect we are on the southeast island called Menagerie. Of course.
Menagerie
He gets to
doesn't
throw up
have
little
a
rabbits.
I don't think Menagerie gets signals. Don't they get their news, like,
Yeah, I'm pretty
through
sure they
lying
have paper
terrorists?
news. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was part of the whole part, is why they had to, like, go there.
yeah, why they didn't know about Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a signal out here. We get our news from these two dickheads who just scream evil.
Anyway,
They don't
blah,
even just
blah,
scream it,
blah,
like,
blah, 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 blah,
they're
blah,
wearing
blah,
cult
blah,
robes.
blah.
When your glorious people's revolution starts wearing big, creepy hooded cloaks, maybe, just maybe, you're working for a cult.
Alright, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I want this story. Let's go. Boom, bang, bang. This one. Oh, Christ. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I am not drunk enough for this one.
Why are we going back to the inheritance cycle?
Why have you done this?
Because your suffering must be more severe.
You're suffering too. That'd be like Bane saying your suffering must be more severe, but he's shoving an iron rod through both of their chests.
Ah, but I am the drunk one here.
At least he
Always
admits it.
And you never drink enough to forget any of this. So you still remember all of it,
Ha!
so you're still suffering too.
Joke's on you. I don't even know what the first fiction we covered was.
Well, I mean, I don't remember it either because I stopped caring like an hour before the show started. I was like, I'd rather keep being a telemarketer than go to do this show. But what kicked me out, so I'm here.
Vivian, a writer's beginning. Gender bent. Why though? Vivian is Vivian is different from the rest of her village. From her tropical features. She's black. To her adventurous personality. She's a self-insert. Most girls her age are wearing pretty dresses and preparing for marriage.
No, they aren't. They're all fucking poor peasants.
Yeah.
Now, while I disagree with the traditional medieval depiction of, oh, they all wore rags, which isn't how it was, they were not wearing pretty dresses and preparing for marriage. They were doing the same thing as everyone else, which is out in the field working. Or, like, milking the cows.
Yeah. By the way, first chapter here is literally just explaining the difference between Vivian and Aragon. Literally just a character profile.
Wait, are you telling me that Vivian, the self-insert OC, is actually a gender bend of the main character, but the author wanted to be Aragon so badly they changed the gender of Aragon to self-insert themselves? That is what I'm getting here.
I have no way to confirm or deny that. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know this author personally. I don't know if this is self-insert.
Well, it does have a C mark, so I don't know. I do not own. Vivian, on the other hand, goes out hunting in the spine and barters with Sloane. On one of her hunting trips, Vivian finds a perfect sapphire stone being edited in progress. Vivian Aragon times gender bent Ira / Elidon. Oh, okay, yeah, no, this is a self-insert. This is a self-insert.
I have no idea where you're pulling that information from.
Look, if the author sits there and goes, okay, what if the complete opposite of what can be realistically expected from a female Aragon was in this story, who then proceeded to fall in love with a suspiciously suddenly male Ira? It's a self-insert. It's a wish fulfillment self-insert.
Well, most fan fictions are wish fulfillment, but
I mean,
1 and 3 does not equal 2 unless it's a subtraction.
not really, though. I mean, the Naruto Ruby story I'm writing isn't wish fulfillment.
Yes, it is.
No,
You're writing it because you wanted to poke fun at tropes. That is, on a technicality, wish fulfillment. Most people write for their personal enjoyment. It is fulfilling a desire.
God knows I do.
I mean, not really, though. I'm using poking fun at tropes as a means of writing it, but I primarily even considered writing the story in the first place because I was just so pissed at the Uncle Rose story.
Yeah, so your wish was that there was a better version of that. So you wrote it.
You're not helping the
Fair
case against what I just said. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Still just trying to figure out where the self-insert from that comes in, but like, God knows you've read more fan fictions than me. I can only imagine the fucked up logic you and other writers go through.
Alright, Sean, you have fun, yeah?
There we go, Sean.
Anyway, I've seen 1 or 2 good self-insert fics. Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 very self-insert fics, but those very rare. I write to get better at writing. Alright guys, Uncle Rose story. No, Isley, you were there for the Uncle Rose story where Naruto had Sharingans inside his pupils.
For some reason.
Yeah, as Big said. As far as good self-insert stories go, shit. What's that story called? Mass Defect?
Yeah, there are a handful of good self-inserts.
The one by the Russian.
Oh, Masked Up.
Masked Up.
Masked Up is actually pretty good. And Delvaro's a pretty great writer. I've been quite interested where the second one's going. What do you think about it so far, Sneaky?
I think he's going to have to work fairly hard because he's going in a very original direction.
Yes.
But if he pulls it off, I mean, fucking, it's going to be great. And so far, he's doing a good job of it. Anyway. In our Discord down below, you can find the link to Masked Up in the fanfiction section tab thingamabobber. It's a very good self-insert for Mass Effect. It's one of the few. It's one of the proud. It's one of the brave, and it's written by a Russian who's better at English than he is at Russian. It's hilarious.
That's not a very common problem.
Well, no, my favorite part is he's like, I am great at English now because of writing this story.
Yeah.
Russian, not so much.
I still remember the authors that where he's like, I failed my Russian test.
Passed my English test, though.
I'm better at English than Hindi. Well, I'm not gonna speak about that because I might get banned off of Twitch for that. Anyway, this is a femme Aragon times male Ira story. Their personalities as well as likes and dislikes may be altered. It will be my version of Aragon. Main
Also
characters.
known as Out of Character.
My version of Aragon is going to be female, 16 years old, with red wavy hair and sapphire blue eyes. Typical clothing will be a blue tunic with tan pants and leggings. Avoids dresses for practical reasons, like dresses when she's not going to be fighting or getting dirty. Tight-fitting black gloves for good grip on weapons.
ankle-high black boots, and riding cloak, usually with a hood. So she's Robin Hood.
You leave Robin Hood out of this.
Excellent archer, bow and arrow is used for hunting. Dagger and knives are located in her boots, learning swordsmanship and magic with Brahm. Oh! Okay, sure. We're just gonna skip the whole
Alright, we're
part.
just skipping ahead to that, are we?
Yeah, I guess. And Eladon, the male Ira. Ebony black hair, vibrant emerald green eyes, tall and thin. Typical
With all
clothing.
these hair and eye descriptions, can we get the young adult alert up, Sneaky?
We need to make one still. Typical clothing, bandages and pants.
What the hell is that supposed to be? He just walks around with a couple of ace bandages around his neck.
He's well oiled.
I see. He's one of the Emperor's golden guards.
And Max wonders why I think this is a self-insert. Wait, what the fuck? Marcus, aka Mark, the grandson of Brahm.
Oh.
But who fucked and had him? Wait. Re-fucking wine. Aragon, the son of Brahm, cannot be younger than the grandson of Brahm.
Sure he can. Time travel. We're Marvel now.
Literally, Brahm's two sons, one is 16 and the other is 18. The grandson cannot also be 18, unless someone's gonna say they raped a baby and got pregnant from that. At that point, author, what the fuck?
Before the baby was even conceived at that.
You're right. Someone would have had to get pregnant from a baby while the baby was in the womb.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Descriptions of all the animals. Blah 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 blah. Durza. Blah 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 blah. Durza, Shade, Vivian fought in Gilead. Red hair, red eyes. Looks like a vampire. Teenager. Vivian kills him during the Battle of Farthinder.
Well, I'm glad you introduced them in these author's notes.
Sneaky, can you check when this was made? I certainly can. This was made March 23rd, 2017. What does the date have to do with this?
I'm sorry, did you say 20 goddamn 17?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me sideways.
Decline.
Why are people like this still here?
Because they are the only people left. Don't you know? It's only us. Okay, so this person probably read the first book and then decided, herder, I will writing Brahm's grandson.
Oh boy.
I mean, you ain't necessarily wrong, lad, but Killing of the Shade was in the second book, so they read the second book at least.
I was gonna say, they read at least part of the second book.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah.
this goes in the covered fix section because I am not even gonna touch. That's it. That's the chapter. That's really.
I told you that's all it was.
Okay, well that's the prologue. Okay, well how long is chapter 1? Scroll, walls of
Too
text,
long.
walls of text. It's actually got some length to it. Still pointless and stupid, but actually has some length to it.
Yeah, how much of that length was copy pasted from the book, though? They just straight up said parts of the book will be copied, parts will be edited.
That is a fair enough point. I don't know. Um. Hmm. I suppose we could finish the night off with a just dumb.
Are you sure your alcohol supply will last it, Sneaky?
Yes. Cover fix. Okay, so this is a just it's called Cliche and Cliche. It's a worm fix. A cliche story about an Asian teenager from Korea. Watch as June encounters just about every single cliche moment in Korean literature. Self-insert story. When I woke up, I did what every male Korean high school student would do. I checked whether my precious golden balls were still there. Thankfully, the strange voice that sent me here wasn't a complete asshole. Sighing in relief, I quickly stood up and looked at my surroundings.
Why is that? Is that like he's waking up after balls common in Korea? Is that something we need to talk? We need to know about?
No, I mean they're talking about cliches, so I can only assume it's common in Korean manhwa for the victims to turn out to be female all of a sudden when the main character kills / saves / resurrects them.
Ah.
Or / they are the main character, but they were male and then they were killed / resurrected and suddenly inexplicably female. For the Yuri harem, of course. Are we qualified to read a shitty Berserk crossover? No. No, none of us are. Kill
Not
him sort
at
of
all.
is, but I mean, he's not on today.
It has been far too long since I bothered trying to keep up with Berserk.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. It looked quite normal, just a shady alleyway, complete with a dumpster, 2 armed thugs, and small pistols. Which was totally normal. Yep, no, nothing strange happening here. Just an average nude Asian hobo surrounded by Caucasian males bearing double swastika tattoos on the forearms, which is completely normal and not something a neo-Nazi racist group such as the Empire E88 would use. Hey, there's a fucking Asian there. Let's put holes in his monkey ass. I try the diplomatic approach like a civilized human. Hello there, fellow slaves of modern society. I come in peace. Shut your trap, Asian. I like to do my killing in silence. Calm down a bit. It is more productive to conserve your energy than to waste it on swearing. I said shut your trap, Asian. Now keep in mind that the way they're saying it is that the agent never had to do anything illegal in terms of the explosions or the key snatching or the kidnapping that you do for her. And that I don't know where I was
So
going
you
with
went
that.
super fucking quiet because you were whining again? What the fuck did you say?
I don't know where I was going with that. I
have no. You started on a tangent that literally
Went
started from
nowhere.
nothing.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. I will admit, I do not know where I was going with that. My brain was
Twitch
look
is the answer.
My brain was producing the duck of knowledge again. That's what my brain was producing. Atin knows about the duck of knowledge.
I'm sorry, what? Why are we talking about the holy duck?
Because that's what my brain was producing once more.
Gotcha. Wait, are we talking about the sacred coding duck of knowledge or just the sacred duck of knowledge?
I was talking about the duck of knowledge whenever someone tries to make me think of something disgusting and then my brain goes, hey, you're thinking about this duck. And I go, hey, thanks.
Yes. Yes, that duck. Look, you were also a programmer. There were multiple ducks.
There are multiple ducks.
To anyone who doesn't know what the programming duck is, I either pity you or envy you, respectively, of whether or not
There
you
is
are
envy.
a programmer.
No, definitely envy. Thug point of view 1. I was just chilling with my friends in a completely unsuspicious, dark, damp, smelly alleyway. Then when all of a sudden, a nude, average-looking, bald Asian guy with shades appears from thin air. Now, if I was some shitty ABB thug, I might have choked on my cigar. But I'm a badass, blah blah blah, Empire E88 thug. So I whipped out my trusty pistol and alerted my friends about the cape. But we quickly realized this Asian cape was weird. Like a mental hospital crazy patient with the paint the walls with their shit weird. He didn't phase. That's not how you use that word. In the fucking slightest. I am insulted at you.
Sure it is.
When I put the barrel on his forehead, he just started speaking in Asian with perfect poker face. Hell, he didn't even look at me once when he spoke. So like any respectable member of the Empire, I shot him in the face.
This thug apparently has his priorities.
They actually gave us ducks for our last game jam. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, then they know exactly what they're doing.
Alright,
The
so
duck is needed at all times.
as always, you can find this fic in the Discord. If I haven't already posted there. No, I have not. There. It's there now. Thank you all for joining us. I'm gonna end it here because this is just dumb. There's a reason why it's in that section. Yeah, thank you all for joining us, and I hope to see you next time. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everyone you hate and wish to see suffer.
Those people. Tell those people.
So this is Fanfiction Contempt Theater, hosted by SneakyDevil. And we are done for today. As always, the previous week's day will be archived by tomorrow on our YouTube page if you are so inclined to watch us there. But I heartily encourage you to meet our exacting standards of showing up for the live show. I know, might be hard for some people. But that is our demands. You show up and say a word or two.
We know, we're harsh taskmasters, but we think in time you'll come to love us.
Indeed. A question for the three of you. Any of you qualified? Okay, we already talked about that.
Yeah, you already answered that. No.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes. Good night. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Das Vandanya. Guten Tagen. That's probably, wait, no, it's good morning, isn't that? Yeah.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone. And remember, there's always more and it always gets worse.